today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Now it's Wilson. And able to get this out to the 25.
Bengals take over first and 10.
The Bengals set and ready to go on offense, leading the charge out of LSU, Joe Burrow, the #1 overall pick back in April.
And when you talk about the traits that make Joe Burrow successful, you got to start with his head. This guy thinks the game, sees the game, loves the game. Then you go to the arm. He can make every throw. And then within a play, second and third reaction plays that are big ones downfield. That was why he won the Heisman Trophy, and that was why I voted for him, in addition to him winning a national championship.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Brings up second.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
We've had dual-threat quarterbacks in the NFL in the past, and we've had some really good ones. But I don't know if we've had one quite like Lamar Jackson. Led the league in touchdown pass with 36 last season. Set the all-time record for rushing yards in a single season for a quarterback at over 1,200 yards. And he led his Baltimore Ravens to a 14-2 regular season mark best in the NFL. The sky is the limit for Lamar Jackson.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again, Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism. And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback. Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage, but Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They'll take over first.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Cincinnati's offense trots back out here. Charles, these Bengals 1-2-1 now, finally getting a win in Week 4. They defeat Jacksonville after the tie in Week 3. And Week 4 was all about Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow. Both were phenomenal. And Joe Burrow, another 300-yard game. He is looking sensational as a young rookie.
Yeah, and I hate to give short shrift to Joe Mixon. Second highest total of rushing yards with 151 against Jacksonville. 2 rushing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown. He had a big day. But let's face it, this is all about Joe Burrow. The #1 pick in the draft. Truly the face of the franchise, and he's carrying it so well. Not in terms of victory, but how he's playing, and finally got his first win this past week. So this team now, has a heck of a lot of hope. And let's face it, 3 straight games for him, over 300 yards passing. This kid is developing fast. All right, in their division now, they've got their next 3 matchups against their division. They go to Baltimore. Well, let me take that back. In the division, they got 3 matchups coming up. They go to Baltimore, then they go to Indianapolis, home for Cleveland, and all 3 of those teams are getting ready to play. They are currently 3-1. A tough stretch for the Bengals.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, Bernard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Tyler Boyd. Incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
At their own 10-yard
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
On the keeper. He was brought down by Josh Bynes. That's the end of the...
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Holding, defense.
1st and 10. Joe Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. 2nd and 6 from the 10. Here's a give to Mixon. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now it's Burrow. On the screen, Bernard. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. From the right hash, and this one just to chip it. Bullock's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
Bengals 3, Ravens nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Returning it, Justice Hill. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
For the Ravens as they come back out here on offense, this is a team that got back to their winning ways in Week 4. Remember, they had their 14-game regular season winning streak snapped that Monday night loss to the Chiefs Week 3. But 3-1 now following the 31-17 victory over Washington, their 8th straight road win. And Lamar Jackson, he struggled against the Chiefs, career-low 97 passing yards, but he was back to his true MVP form.
Certainly was. 2 touchdown passes, another one on the ground with one of his patented long runs. This one for 50 yards. He started to celebrate a little bit too early, but fortunately able to pull the ball back in, tuck it, and get into the end zone. But this team is still the 2nd best team in the AFC. They still believe they're the team to take on Kansas City. A bad one against them last week, but no loss of confidence. This team believes they're going to get another shot in the playoffs, and they can pay it off then. For the regular season, they're home against Cincinnati next week, then they go to Philadelphia.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's going to run again. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson 63 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
He'll drop to throw.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A.J. Green.
Nice catch there by A.J. Green, and at the beginning of his career, a perennial Pro Bowl receiver. Been dinged up a little bit the last 2 years, but now he gets a fresh start. Without his friend and quarterback, Andy Dalton, his leadership will be key.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Nice job there by Tyler Boyd finishing off the connection on the throw. Over 1,000 yards receiving each of the last 2 seasons, with 90 catches in 2019. Was thought to be a complimentary receiver, but with A.J. Green out much of the time.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Complete.
John Ross, 38 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
Randy Bullock to kick
Now
off.
Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. The return man is Hill. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Good catch there by Mark Andrews, who was Lamar Jackson's favorite target last year. They came in the same draft class and quickly got in sync with each other. Andrews led the team in receptions with 64 last year for 852 yards en route to his first Pro Bowl.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson brought in left side by Snead. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Jackson from the shotgun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. This will be fielded at the 17. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Burrow on 1st down. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's Burrow. On the right side, caught by Green. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Bullock will put this one through.
The kick is
and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
13. Ravens 7.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. The dangerous Hill now to return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Justice Hill on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Returning it, Hill. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of
Marquise Brown coming off of a solid rookie season, 46 catches, 584 yards, but he was never 100%. In his rookie year, as head coach John Harbaugh talked about the foot injury that he played with throughout the season. Now they expect him to be 100% healthy, and when so, they'll see more of those plays that had everyone calling him Hollywood in college.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
The tackle made.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On first down, it's Ingram. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First and 10.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the Bengals' 33-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That is definitely what we call a defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. I guess no need to force him when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a loss.
Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive, keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. On the draw, this is Ingram. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third and goal.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up 4th and goal.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
Ravens 10.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Justin Tucker.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Mixon with a first down carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. On 2nd down, here's Mixon, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Now he's flushed out left. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 20-10, a minute 45 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
First down now, but that clock rolling. He's going to let it fly. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
On the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.